Welcome to a world where your every move is scored. Today we explore how a social credit system shapes lives in our dystopian society. In this world, every citizen has a score based on their behavior. This score determines their place in society. Where will you be able to work? What type of relationship will you have? Or education? Will you be able to live in the neighborhood you've always dreamt of raising your kids in? The answer to all of these questions lies in your social credit score. As data becomes more prevalent in our world, it is all fed into your own unique social fingerprint that is used for or against you depending on the state's agenda. As you live day to day, your every move is closely surveyed. Your social credit score is defined by your ability to comply and support the state. As the state controls your life, it is imperative to your well-being that you comply. Your score is assigned to you once you reach the age of 12, and it is determined by the average of your family score. The coveted positions in the state are reserved to only members of society who come from a family with the highest social credit scores. But if you're determined and willing to be a pawn for some of your peers, they may be able to get you the required points to break into a career within the state. As the state fears an uprising amongst some of the lower credit holders, they call for all people between the ages of 18 and 25 with a social credit score between 630 and 689 to enlist in the military, or have 100 social credit points deducted from their score. What would you choose? As some enter the military, others have just secured their dream job and entered a social club reserved to those with an excellent score. These very different lives expose the rigid class structure enforced by the state's opinion of you. As your score falls after a troubled childhood and a few regretful decisions, it seems as there is no hope in achieving your dreams. What would you do to change that? At this moment, you are offered an additional 200 social credit points to incite a riot as the state is determined to divide its citizens to manipulate the upcoming election. So, with seemingly no other option, you follow through with the task. A riot breaks out, dividing some of the lower class and putting the control of the vote back in the hands of the upper class citizens. It doesn't take long before you find yourself incarcerated and at a loss of 200 social credit points. And it turns out that it was never the state who had sent you that message. As the state runs on data, it is also susceptible to hackers who use others to get ahead. This dystopia mirrors our fears of surveillance and loss of freedom. As you adopt your family score, it also gravely inhibits your ability to move within the class system. In a world ruled by scores, true freedom becomes the ultimate fantasy.